Welcome everybody to Top Lines Live at 5. My name is Brian here with Top Line, and I am very excited to be talking about today. Hopefully the Lord there just came in. Still kind of trying to figure out this software here. Let me try it again. All right, press start. There it goes. All right, so what we're talking about today is citations. And the reason that I'm bringing these up is because it does come up quite a bit in conversation. It comes up when it comes to how we get you to rank, when it comes to the Google Map listings, and it's not that complicated. And the reason that they're called citations, there's all kinds of thoughts behind why it's a citation. But think of a citation as just a place where you get to say anywhere on the internet, this is the name, address, and phone number of my business. And then it gets picked up if you know what you're doing, but it will get picked up by Google, Yahoo, Bing, all those other places will be able to see that there is now a corroboration somewhere else on the internet saying this is the proper name, address, and phone number for your business. And think of calling it a citation, kind of like when a mathematician calls a line an array instead of a line, and there's probably some nuance behind it, but the reality is they're just different words for things that we probably already know. So it is a listing somewhere on the internet that has the exact same name, address, and phone number as your business. Now, Google has gotten a lot better about what happens when you have a slight difference between what they have in their Google My Business listing for you, which is where you have your name, address, and phone number. So we'll call it a NAP, name, address, phone number. If there's a slight difference, maybe there's a suite number that's a little bit different than what you might have in, let's say, Yahoo, or Insider Pages, Super Pages, Health Grades, any of these other places. It used to be that was a real issue. Well, Google's gotten quite a bit better, and they'll know if it's the same place or not, as long as it's very similar. I do recommend that you still do your best to make it as exact as possible, because not everybody's Google, and there is some advantages to doing that, and it will eliminate any possible confusions. And then, of course, there are these big, massive aggregators, data aggregators, that are pumping out information constantly to these big data centers like Google. And if there's a slight difference, there's a chance that Google will now create a second listing for you. And you don't want that. You want just one listing. You don't want any confusion. So that's why I always recommend do your best to make it the same. Now, there are places that you can't change it to what you want. So if they say that suite needs to be spelled out, and you have to spell it out, and there's nothing you can do about it, even though your address doesn't have that, and Google doesn't have that, and nowhere else. So do your best. Not a huge deal anymore, but I do recommend that you always try to get the same exact name, address, and phone number for your citations, or why we call them that. I really don't know, but I have read about it, and it doesn't make a lot of sense to me, so I don't assume it's going to make sense to you. Now, you want to have citations, and the question I get a lot is, how many do I need? Well, there are tools where you can go online and you can say, okay, here's my competitor. How many citations do they have? And they will tell you exactly how many. And you can even pull a list of the exact citations that they do have. So you know that you need at least that many in order to have a chance of getting onto that map listing, right? Now, there are other factors. I don't want you to think that the number of citations is going to be the only thing you need and you're somehow going to just float to the top and that's the end. It doesn't quite work that way anymore. It used to, but that's not the case anymore. There's hundreds of factors, but it does help. So if you know that your competitor has, let's say, 40 citations, you want to have at least 40. And if you know that they've got Insider Pages, Super Pages, Yellow Pages, YP, all these other places, might as well get those too, so that you can at least have the same profile, and then you can do things to improve. And then you can do other things to help get yourself higher in that map listing. Now, if you're going to go out and get your own citations, and I do recommend that you do that. This is not rocket science when it comes to just making sure that you have the right name, address, and phone number all over the internet, but you want to keep track, okay? Don't lose track of where you have them, because if you create multiple accounts, then it creates all kinds of other problems. So do your best to keep track of those. So I'm going to do my best right now to cut over, and I think I'm sort of, there we go. Hopefully that's working. I've been having trouble getting this to work when sound continues. I don't want to lose the sound. All right, so hopefully we're working here. And what I'm showing you here is Yelp, because Yelp is a place where you get a citation. Name, address, phone number is listed in Yelp, and is a high value citation. What you want to do is you want to scroll to the bottom, go all the way down here, and you're going to see where it says claim your business page. I know they kind of bury it, but that's what you're going to do. You're going to click there. and you're going to claim your page if you haven't already. Now, fair warning, you're going to get a ton of phone calls from them telling you that you should be, paying for ads and doing all kinds of stuff along those lines. My recommendation is don't worry about it unless you think that somehow Yelp is going to be able to do something that you aren't doing otherwise. But just a fair warning that once you do claim that, you're going to get lots of those phone calls. How about Twitter? Yeah, get a free Twitter account. Put your name, address, and phone number in there. That's a high value place to have a citation. LinkedIn, same thing. Yes, you could have a business page on LinkedIn and put your name, address, and phone number there. And you can put it, all over the place. So there's a lot of value to doing that. YouTube, yeah. You can have it in your channel. You can have it in your description. You can have it all over the place on YouTube. And then you can actually put it in every video that you create. So you can have your name, address, and phone number over and over again and have a constant stream of new places for Google to find that this is the correct name, address, and phone number, and you are the authority on this topic. And that is extremely valuable. And then, of course, Facebook. Yeah, put your name, address, and phone number in there. Make sure it's all accurate. And you now have, what do we do? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, at least 5. And if you use YouTube right, you're going to create one all the time. Whenever you feel like it, you have a video with your name, address, and phone number in there, and now you have another citation. All right. I think that covers the basics. Let me try to get back here. Sorry. There we go, hopefully. Yeah, that's pretty cool. All right, so again, I'm still trying to figure out this software. But I really want to make sure that we talked about citations. We'll probably do it again in the near future because it does come up a lot. And if you have questions, if you'd like to know what those tools are, where you can kind of find out, what your citations are, be happy to send those out to you. So let me know. And that should cover everything for today. So I look forward to seeing you next time on Top Lines Live at 5. And that's it for me. Bye for now.